there's this expression I've always loved. It's like, you're not an adult at all. You're a tall child holding a beer, having a conversation you don't understand. And I really feel that a lot. Have you heard of internal family system therapy?
I have not.
So
Okay.
yeah,
We're going in.
Yeah, it's very interesting to me. Because it's basically like it tries to explain the, like, a part of me feels this way, a part of me feels that way. Like, the conflicts that happen within a person are explained as like different members of your internal family, like at war with each other. Like, they're not able to communicate properly. And like usually it's like protectors and little exiled kids is like the dynamic. Like, there's firefighters and managers like trying to control the little kid in you. And the more I've read about that and like sat with that and journaled about it and explored that internally, the more that I've been like, oh, I just need to get to know my little kid version of myself better. And like, what did I want to do? I wanted to walk up to strangers. I wanted to go play with bubbles. I wanted to make art. Like, all the silly little kid stuff is like little me that I want to like be able to connect with and like respect their existence still. Like, I'm still a little kid. And there's this expression I've always loved. It's like, you're not an adult at all. You're a tall child holding a beer, having a conversation you don't understand. And I really feel that a lot. And yeah, so like I brought like face paint and like bubbles and squirt guns and like those big plastic balls that I really always wanted as a kid, but my mom was always like, we don't have money for those. Like, yeah, grew
The
up poor.
giant inflatable ones?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
little
Nice.
fun little ball. And so like just giving people the space and opportunity to play. Like, we had a squirt gun fight. We were playing like throw the ball in the air and push it around, and like it was so sweet. And some people have said like, wow, this went by so fast. Like, it felt like it was only half an hour, and like they'd been there for like hours. So I don't know. It's like recess, like long recess.
There is that recurring theme, right, of that inner child. And how often do you get to express that as an adult? Or as whatever an adult
Yeah,
means?
I feel like almost zero time.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it too, like in the way we design spaces. Like, in elementary school, you know, there's a playground. In middle school, it kind of phases out, and then by high school, there's nothing. Like, there's no
You get a 20-minute break.
free play. Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want to play, you better be in a sport. You better be following some rules. Like, you can't just go like play on monkey bars anymore. And then like it's never socially acceptable after that at all. Ever, really.
Unless you have a kid. If you have a kid, you kind of get a
then
pass
you
to
can
be
get,
a
like,
kid.
go back to it and get all
Yeah.
excited about like dolls and stuff. But like, if otherwise, like, you're weird and not like, that's not normal. And I feel like that is a problem. Like, the lack of like creative, imaginative play. Like, we don't have much of.
I think there's definitely an argument that creativity has been beaten out of most people. I think that is for sure.
Yeah. Totally. Yeah, what do you think?
Well, I've been struggling. That's interesting you bring up the idea of adults just being children, because I've been struggling with that myself. I've been looking around and you see all these adults, and especially, I don't know how old you are, 20s?
I just turned 30.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. Congratulations.
Yeah, wear sunscreen.
Yeah. I'm 24.
Wow, okay.
And so I know the mustache kind of throws people off.
Yeah, it does.
At
you were a
my
peer.
age, I know, right? At my age, or I guess whatever that means, at this point in my life, I've been looking around at adults and realizing, oh, I'm the adult that I used to look up to as a kid, right? 20s. And I don't have shit figured out.
Mm-mm.
And I look around at these people that are in their 30s and their 40s and their 50s. They don't have shit figured out.
No.
The difference is they're better at masking it.
Yeah.
They act like they have it
They're
figured
full
out.
of it. We're all full of
Yeah,
it.
if you get them drunk, if you just listen to them long enough, you realize,
Give them a giant set of Jenga. Literally, yeah.
let them play
bubbles.
pool.
Yeah.
They're just children. We're all just children trying to figure out, what do we want from life? How did we fuck up and end up where we are? How do we make things better?
Yeah.
How do we keep doing what we're doing because it's great? We all just want that stability, but that's not part of life.
But
and I think as a kid,
it could be. Like,
you think?
I feel like it's like a lack of imagination in general that like makes these roles so rigid. And I think, you know, because it's like there's the, you know, human arc of progress, like the stonk line of progress, versus like viewing us as like a web of interactions, and that there's no like right way. There isn't. It's not a line. It's like a web, and like you can be a silly goof. There's no There's no limitation on that. But there's just this like role that we've agreed to play that doesn't include like any of that. But it could. It very easily could.
Why do you think that play was kind of excluded from that dynamic? Is it just because you have to work? That's the goal in life, is you have to get a job?
I think that, yeah, I think for like in my understanding of history, I'm not going to claim to be a historian, but
Oh, you're not?
No,
That's
I'm
gonna make
not.
this podcast
But I
really
did go
awkward.
to school for political science, so I have
Okay,
had to
so you're
deal with
close.
a lot of political history stuff. I think that like the obsession with like productivity culture and like being very efficient, like efficiency, productivity culture, just like stomps out play at like every corner, and like it makes it some sort of like it's sinful, or it's like,
well, if you're playing, you're not
shameful.
producing,
Yeah,
right? You're not creating
so
something
you better
that
get back
can-
to work.
Yeah,
Go on,
'cause
like
we need some money.
yeah. Which is insane, because they're like productivity is higher than it's ever been in all of human history. Like we make so many things that end up straight to landfills because we just like, have you heard of in the Atacama Desert in Chile? That is where thousands of tons of brand new clothing goes to landfill, like to a landfill there, because we can't sell it. Like, we're making so much that
Because we can't sell it. It just goes.
it's
So
brand
never
new.
worn.
Never worn. It goes to a dump. So like,
Yikes.
we're making too much stuff. Like we could take a nap. Like go outside
Take a
and
nap.
play. Like
Take
play
it.
some freeze
Everybody just
tag or
take a
something.
nap.
Yeah.